guys, Doug here. Thanks. Welcome to the channel. Glad you're joining me. I'm going for our next episode of Hero Realms, where we are trying to beat these enthralled regulars in a tavern where some cultists have come in and cast this horrible spell that are causing the tavern patrons to attack our heroes. Also, I want to say one thing that is frustrating me about this expansion. It's good. I'm not saying it's not. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be playing it. I only play things I like. But one thing I'm not enjoying about it is the rulebook layout. It's full of text and convoluted. So I did make a mistake on how the master attacks. So I'm going to be more careful about this time, but it says the master uses all combat it generates on his turn to perform a villainous attack against the active player. First, it attacks the player's guards. Now that's where I made the mistake. I was choosing which guards to apply it actually attacks them specifically, starting with the highest defense guard if it can stun, repeating until the master has no combat left or no guards left to stun. And then the master will spend the remaining combat to defeat the player if possible. So I just want to bring that to your attention. Now we're going to get on with the game, and I think we're kind of getting close to beating this guy. He's only got 14 health left. If we can do some serious damage this turn and the next turn, we could probably get him done. He's right here. You can see he's got 14 health. He's got 2 of his mastery cards out. He only needs 1 more. We've been able to bury a couple of them, which has been great for us. And now we're going to make sure that we attack with our thief. And now the first thing that happens is, we draw one of the cards from the villain's decks. We're going to do that. It is his mastery card. So this turn he will level up, and that is a white symbol. So that means he's going to do this. He's going to do 3 points. Okay. I think he might level up before he does that. That may be interesting. But man, we just barely negated that. Bad start to our session. But let's move on to our thief, because we're going to get some stuff done. Now, I really wish we had had this up before that happened, because then we could have buried that mastery card, but we can't. So let's go. Now, he does have the money to spend. He's got this profit card, or she does rather. I could spend that to take this action, which I'll probably do. It says if you can target the master, gain, as you can see, gain 3 health, and look at the top card of their deck. You put it into the master's discard pile. So I think we're going to expend that, and we're going to spend the 2 gold from here to do that. So I'm just going to put that aside for a moment, and we're going to take a look at the top card. It's a charging drunk. Yeah, we'll discard it. Why not? I mean, we might. I don't know what's under there. Could be worse, but could be better. Okay, now we're going to get to do some damage to the master as well. Let's take a look at that. So I don't have another card like this, so this one's going to get discarded. But I do have 2 throwing knives. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to use them, and it says +2 for each knife you already played this turn. So there's 1. I play that one for 1, then I play this one for 3. So there's 4 points. Now, I also don't have another wild type of card out, so I will get 3. So that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 points to the master in one shot. Now, what's cool about that is that he's only got 14 points. That's going to put him down to 7. If I can keep him from healing... Oh, wait, before I did all that, I have to attack my guy. So I got to go through the mastery steps. Hold on. So first off, we discarded that card. Well, it wouldn't have mattered because we already played the mastery card. That's all going to happen. But the first thing we do is we're going to flip the card. We did that. So then we go... There's no minion, so she does... The second step is to flip this over. So it flips that over, which means it's going to do 4 points of damage to our thief. So the only thing that changed here is that the thief went from 14 points herself down to 11, but then we knocked the enthralled regulars down to 7 hit points. And so that's basically what happened. Now, let's take a look at the level 2 thralls. Now they're going to draw 2 cards. That's what that means, which is bad. It means we're going to get 2 cards a turn, and all their bonuses bumped up a little bit. So we're going to, and how do I know we're going to be drawing 2 cards? It says, if you look at the example in the book, and it's not that the rule book is poorly, it explains things fine. That's not the issue. The issue is that it's like blocks of text that you have to sort through to make sure you're doing the right thing. So after a few plays, you'll get it down. It won't matter. You'll have all the concepts down and everything. But I wish it showed. There's the mastery card. See right there? It says card level. Begin with 1. No, I guess they don't. It's right here. 2. That's what it is. Cards to play. So it says 2. And we're going to be playing 2 cards going forward, which is going to be almost right now. There is nothing that costs 1 gold, so we're going to discard that, and the thief is simply going to draw 5 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hope we get some good cards in this draw for next turn that we can do some damage with. Well, Ruby's not bad. That's 2 gold, 3 gold, 5 gold. Wow. Her bag of holding, and, oh, well, she's got a guard to put out. That's good. That's very helpful for us. Okay, that's going to end her turn. Now we're going to the wizard. The first thing we're going to do is draw the top 2 cards of the Enthralled Regulars deck. One's a Mastery, which means it's just going to do this. These are, oh, he's going to heal. No, he's not. Oh, thank God. Okay, so this Crazed Bartender is going to come out. He's unaware. This one is just a normal minion, so it's going to go out in front of the wizard. And then this Mastery card is going to come into effect. They're both green, which means that our wizard is going to take 3 hits and discard a card when he does the villainous attack. But we're going to get to that in a moment. That Crazed Bartender is really tough, too. So we already leveled up. We don't have to do that. We already flipped both our cards. We do have a minion, which has gone into play. And if the Mastery, yeah, we already did the level 2. So the Mastery uses each of its minions in the active area. So this is the character's active area. So that minion's going to attack for 8, and we have to figure out what we're going to do about it, which might be nothing. I could get rid of both these guys. I don't know if I have a choice. Let me think about that. It says, actually, that's the villainous attack that goes first against the guards. So I might be able to block that, but I don't think I can block this. I don't have anything that can block it. I do not. So we're going to take 8 hits. That means that the wizard's going to go down to 10. This is a pretty tight game, even though I think I got this. It feels really tight. So he does his thing. He hits for 8. He's got an 8 defense, so I won't be able to attack the Masterback with him. That kind of bites. But here's the good news. Now we go to the... there's no elite minions, so now we're going to the villainous attack. Now, the villainous attack is going to do 6 points, which is going to be blocked by both of our guards here because there's 8 points of guard there. So it's going to first apply to the highest defense one, which is him. So unfortunately, he's going to go into the discard pile. And then we're going to lose our Death Cultist too to the discard pile. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's enough to cover the damage. Actually, this guy doesn't get killed because it's not enough. Our first guy was 5. This one's 3, so it's only 1 point of damage. So he's still there. Okay, so we're good there. All right, now we get to do things back. Let's see. Can we possibly do... We can. This is awesome. Okay, we're going to get to do a lot of crazy things this turn, I think. Yes. Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. We know we have to lose 2 cards because of the Master's ability. So we're going to discard both of these, the gold and the Book of Secrets. Yeah, that's not going to help us right now, so we're going to discard both of those. That leaves us 3 attack cards. That's what we want. Okay, so to get rid of the Crazed Bartender, I have my Death Cultist and my Dark Energy spell for 7. Now, since I already have a Death Cultist out, and I play this next, I'm going to get to draw a card as well. So let's draw a card. Get spell components. Absolutely useless at this moment in time, but we did defeat the Crazed Bartender with that. Okay, so we have used this card. Now we still have 2, 3, and it says if you play 2 or more actions in play, draw a card. Well, we do. We play this Ignite spell and we played this spell. Those are both actions, so we get to draw another card. It's gold. Well, now we have 2 gold. We could maybe get something. We'll see. I don't see anything. Well, if it's an action, it costs 1 less, so I do see something we can get. But that means we're going to do another. So we're going to do another 3 points to the Master. That's good because that puts the Master at 4 health. I think we might get him, guys. I don't know. As long as he doesn't heal up like crazy, we're going to get him. Well, he's only got 1 card left in his draw deck, so he's going to be shuffling. Okay, so that is all of our attacks. That was pretty good for the wizard. But we're not done yet because I want to kill him. We're gonna kill him right now. All right, so I'm gonna play this fireball spell. It says deal 4 damage to each Master and minion in the target area. Okay, booyah! We just did him 4 points of damage. That's what he had left. We defeated the enthralled regulars. That means we drove the cultists out. So our wizard, man, he goes crazy. He's throwing out, what is he throwing out? He's throwing out dark energy and using a fire staff and blasting with ignite out of the fire staff, and his death cultist is running in and jamming death attacks into the master, and we bring him down at the end with a big old fireball blast that comes out from the wizard. Boom! Gone. History. Kaput. Goodbye, Mr. Bond. Okay, he is done. All right. Well, we won. We won this first scenario. I figured we would. We were in pretty good shape. So let's go now back to the book, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. And read what's going to happen at the end of that scenario. This was the very first one, the very first chapter of the first scenario. There's three parts to each one. So the wizard, hero of the day, did a lot of damage. Okay, so you remember the story. The cultists came in and they did something terrible to us, right? Here's what happens. Okay, well, it doesn't really have an end story. It just tells us what happens then. Bar fight conclusion. Okay, if all players are defeated, you lose the encounter. We didn't. If you reduce the master's health to 0, you win the encounter. Read the text below, then collect your reward. Okay, why is that saying chapter 2? Am I off by one? Chapter 1, the story. Oh, this happens when we go into when the encounter ends. Go to chapter 2. Okay, story. With the regulars and several of the mysterious cloaked figures now unconscious at your feet, you take a moment to relieve the cloaked villains of their weapons and treasure. Then, with a quick gulp, you down the remains of your drink and rush out of the tavern, giving chase to the remaining cloaked figures. Okay, the reward would be shuffle the 5 elixirs together and randomly deal 1 to each player. Put the remaining elixirs back in the box. Well, the elixirs are a special item. They are here somewhere. I'm going to have to find... Here they are. These are the elixirs. There's a stack of them right here. And so we're not going to play the next scenario, so I'm just going to tell you what we do. Maybe I'll come back and play the second one with these characters. In fact, what I'll do is I'll put the characters back as they are. Well, no, they're going to start all over. It doesn't matter. We're good. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we get to do this. We get these elixirs as our reward. That is pretty cool. And they do a variety of things. The one of endurance heals. They're something you trash. Fortune gives you a lot of money. Concentration. You may sacrifice a card in your hand. Elixir Strength gives a 3-point bonus. Elixir Wisdom, draw a card, then discard. And that's that. So the elixirs do some different things and give you a different bonus. So let's continue to read this. Okay. Each player finds a class treasure. Each player shuffles the treasure cards from their class, draws 1 card, and then adds that treasure to their personal deck, replacing a card if applicable. Put the remaining treasure cards back into the box. Then we go to the next chapter, chapter 3. You can play encounters many times you'd like for fun, but you can only gain the rewards once. All right, well, you know what? That's okay. We're going to stop there, guys. That's what happens. Let me show you, see if I can find some of the class treasures. I think these are not them. Yeah, these are them, aren't they? Class treasures. Yeah, so here's the Rangers ones. There's a bunch of them. You can see they have a bunch of new abilities for the Ranger. And I'm trying to see if there's some others. There's a bunch. Anyway, here's some new ones for the Wizard. Yeah, those are all for the Wizard right there. There's ones for each. There's all the new ones for the Thief here. And then, of course, the Rangers. So, guys, that is the end of that scenario. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun with this. Hero Realms is a pretty fun game. Hero Realms with the added hero classes is even better. And I do think I'm going to enjoy this ongoing storyline in this and see how it plays out. In the meantime, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. I wanted to bring First Martians to the table next. However, I'm rethinking that just for the moment because I'm going to BGG-Con. I'd kind of like to take it with me so to play, actually, at BGG. So we'll see, because that's next Wednesday. I don't know if I can get a full playthrough done between now and Wednesday. Today's Saturday. And it's not a short game, so we'll see. Anyway, guys, thanks for everything. I really appreciate it. The only thing I wish I could get some more of, so I can do more for you guys, is some patrons. But if you can't, you can't, and I totally get that. You're still supporting me with subscriptions and everything else, so I do appreciate all of that. And I'm having a great time with this channel, and things are going really well. If you look at, man, I've been adding some great content onto Doug's digital board and streaming live games on Twitch. That's been fun. Yesterday, I streamed a whole bunch, like an hour and 40 minutes of the Dresden Files cooperative card game in the app version off Steam. It's the exact same thing as the board game card game. It just goes faster because it's online. And those games are fast anyway, about 30 minutes. So I'm going to tell you something. I lost every one of them. I played a little bit more today just because I really wanted to try and win one, and I finally won the first scenario. Now, playing the card game, the actual card game, I have won a number of times, but for some reason the app's dice rolls are really negative. A lot of negatives show up. It's really bad. The dice rolls are awful. So I don't know if that's just bad luck, even though someone pointed out that from an odds perspective it was way more than bad luck. It's like it's stacked against you or something. We'll see. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching Hero Realms, The Ruin of Thandar. Also, Board Games with Neramis. Or Neramis, I'm not sure how he pronounces it, but I'm going to put it up on the cards, up on the right-hand screen. If you go hover over there, the little eye will pop up. I'm going to put his live play of this exact same thing there, so you can go watch how it played out different and see that. So it'll be a lot of fun. Guys, thanks again. I appreciate it. I will talk to you next time. Don't forget, but by the way, don't forget, if you really want to follow all the different things I'm doing, because I'm doing so many different things now, just follow me on Twitter at DougMysticEye, because every time I go live or do something, I'm popping something into Twitter just to say I'm doing it. And that way, if you're on Twitter with me, you'll be able to see that. You can, of course, ignore it and not come watch, or you can, but at least you'll know. So thanks again. I'll talk to you next time, guys.